God that this site saves your progress, because I accidentally closed Google Chrome last night thinking, oh, it would have deleted all my progress. But no, it's all there and I don't have to go through those 20 plus shows I did yesterday. Anyway, happy Father's Day. What's going on, guys? It's part 2 of the cartoon tier list. If you haven't watched part 1, you should. You don't necessarily need to, but I'm sure there's some shows that you want to see me rank, so go watch that video either way. So we're just going to jump right back into it here. I'm not going to do a recap. That's pointless. Just watch the other video. The first one next up is Lilo and Stitch, the series. Now, I liked Lilo and Stitch, the movie, a lot. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, but the series, honestly, I'm probably going to put it, like, with Jake Long, American Dragon. Like, it was okay, but it wasn't, like, good. It was probably average at best. Like, it's kind of unmemorable, honestly. My Little Pony, F. I'm sorry, James, and anyone else who likes that show, but it's not good, F. My Life as a Teenage Robot. Genuinely thought this was a dream until I was, like, 14 years old. I don't know why, but for some reason I would only ever watch it when I was sick, because it was on in the middle of the day and really late at night. So I would only watch this on very rare occasions when my brain wasn't working properly. I'm going to put it at B. What I remember was good, but what I remember was also very tainted by fever dreams, so B tier. Teen Titans, this is the first Teen Titans. This has to go at least in A. I'm going to put an A for right now. It might go up to S with Chowder and Tom and Jerry later, but it's definitely at least A. It had everything you'd want to... I'm going to put it in S. I'm going to put it in S. Not SS, because it's not like a super personal favorite of mine, but it's going in one S. It has everything you want as a kid. It's got superhero action. It's funny enough. There's characters like you want to be. There's like fucking Starfire and Raven. Like, what the fuck else you gonna like want in a kid's show when you're that young? It's gotta be S. The Cleveland Show. Where did I put American Dad? I put American Dad in B. I put American Dad in B. I'm gonna put Cleveland Show also in B, but Cleveland Show is better than American Dad in my opinion, by a good margin. So yeah. Also, I'm just gonna address Noah right now. He said Ed, Edd n Eddy is undoubtedly S. I don't know about that. It's at the top of B, like B plus with Billy and Mandy, for sure. But like it's not Danny Phantom, in my opinion. It's not Ben 10. It's not. It's definitely not Teen Titans or Chowder. God, having Chowder in S sounds so weird. But yeah, Ed, Edd n Eddy's B plus, maybe A minus. Oh boy, a couple interesting ones in a row. Fanboy and Chum Chum. I loved this show when it was on because I was 10 years old and I loved that kind of comedy. Looking back at it now, I like watching it because it's just funny to watch and think, wow, someone really thought the show was a good idea. So I'm putting that at least in B tier, just for the pure enjoyment I can get out of watching that, like mid to low B tier. It's not good, but it's extremely entertaining. Flapjack. Flapjack's going at least in A. Flapjack is going at least A plus, if not. You know what? Flapjack's going in S. Flapjack is going in S tier. Flapjack is one of the strangest fucking fever dream, acid trip shit shows that I've ever seen, and it was marketed towards children, and it was good. I don't remember it being new for that long. Like, I don't remember them actually making the show for that long, but it was on. Like, they aired it forever. So it's one of the strangest, but one of the best shows ever. The voice acting is great. Knuckles, whoever voices Captain Knuckles, is a voice actor in a lot of really good cartoons. So it's S tier, man. It's legendary. Gargoyles? I don't know what Gargoyles is. It's going on the bottom. Foster's Home for Imaginary Children. This is another thing where I genuinely, like, forgot about it for a good 3 years. I think I'm going to put it in... Is it better than Ed, Edd n Eddy? I'm going to put it at low A. I'm actually going to put Ed, Edd n Eddy and Billy and Mandy at A also. Yeah. So Ed, Edd n Eddy and Billy and Mandy are getting bumped up with Foster's in A. Foster's was a good show. I liked the characters a lot. The messages were like actually pretty good. Like a lot of the messages and morals and lessons learned in episodes were actually like valuable things that children should learn. And it was funny. It was entertaining to watch. I liked the theme song a lot. I personally like the animation style. A lot of people thought it was kind of weird, but I like it. So yeah, it's going an A. Generator X. Oh boy, Generator X. I really think the show was really only made to make McDonald's toys, to make Happy Meal toys. It was good. It was really cool. I'm gonna put it in B. I think it didn't go on for nearly as long as it should have. It's going high B. It's kind of the Johnny Test principle. If you don't know what that is, again, watch the last video. Or if you don't, just explain it now. Johnny Test principle is, it's never a show that I turned on the TV hoping I would find. It's never a show that I would get home from school and be excited to watch. It was always a show that I was kind of like, okay, it's on TV. I like it. But there's nothing else on. Not there's nothing else on, but like I would watch it over a lot of other shows, but I wouldn't hope it's on. So that's kind of the Johnny Test principle. But I thought about Generator X a lot more than the other shows. Like I would think about it at school, like think about all this cool like text and shit. It wasn't great, but it was really good. So I'll put it B, high B. Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm guessing this is that new Disney XD one. Honestly, I'm putting that low C. Like it's average, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what this is. Puffy Yummy Yumi. Puffy Yummy Yumi. You're gonna think I'm speaking gibberish, but that's what it says. Puffy Yummy Yumi. What the hell is that? Let me look it up really quick. Puffy Yummy Yumi. It also might be cutting out a letter. Oh god. It's not recommending any results. That's not a good sign. Oh. What is this? I've never seen this before in my life. What the hell is this? Half of this looks like fan art. I'm guessing half of it is fan art. I don't know what this is. This is going at the bottom. I don't know what that is. Netflix original, but I can't see the whole thing. The next one I just know Netflix original. I accidentally moved it. ILD. I don't know what that is, and I don't think I've ever watched a Netflix original cartoon. So, bottom. Hulk and the Agents of Smash. Dude, I remember seeing endless commercials for this show. Hulk and the Agents of Smash. And I just, like, barely ever watched it. I'm gonna put it in C because when I watched it, I kind of got bored of it. Like, it's the same thing. It's Hulk and other people just destroying shit. What else can it be? Rugrats. I did not watch Rugrats a lot. I didn't watch a lot of, like, the... I was a Disney Channel main. I was definitely a Disney Channel main. Cartoon Network was definitely second, and Cartoon Network was main later. But I was definitely a Disney Channel main when Rugrats was in its peak, so I didn't. Why is Tom and Jerry on here twice? Sorry, I got distracted. I see Tom and Jerry like coming up soon, and I already ranked it. So, yeah, Rugrats. I mean that's a classic, right? Like that's got to be. Is that Billy and Mandy though? I feel like Rugrats is like really overhyped. Like I feel like Rugrats had more of like an aesthetic impact on us than it did like the actual show. So I'm gonna put it in B because of that. Like people use like the Rugrats font and like the Rugrats like character names and all that, but no one really talks about like how if it was a good show or not. So Invader Zim, another thing that I was a Disney Channel main when this show was in its prime. So I didn't really watch it until later. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I did watch it as a kid, but I also think I would have understood less when I was a kid. So I'll put it in high B with DuckTales, Generator X, and Ultimate Spider-Man. That seems about right. Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron's gotta be at least A, right? Family Guy, Batman. Is Jimmy Neutron up there with Flapjack? Jimmy Neutron's better than Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom was Nickelodeon, right? Yeah, Danny Phantom was Nickelodeon. Jimmy Neutron was the one of 3 shows I watched when I was a Disney Channel main before I moved over to Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. For me, Jimmy Neutron, the big three of Nickelodeon is SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron. That's the big three for me. A lot of people think it's Danny Phantom at 3, but for me personally, growing up, I'm putting Jimmy Neutron in S because like personal bias obviously has a part to play in this. So I'm putting Jimmy Neutron in S because I watched it way more and I liked it a lot. The movie was way better than people say. So Justice League. No, there's 2 Justice Leagues back to back. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. One second. Okay, so I just googled Justice League and Justice League Unlimited like to see if I could figure out which is which. Have no idea. So I'm gonna say Justice League is the good one that I'm thinking of, and Justice League Unlimited is the C tier one that I'm thinking of. I could very well have these mixed up. I'm gonna put Justice League Unlimited in C, is kind of average. Justice League I'm gonna put in high B. I enjoyed the show a lot. I liked DC for the majority of my life. So I liked Batman. I liked Superman a lot. So I liked the show a lot. I'm gonna put it in high B. Kid vs. Cat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that like later for us? Like Kid vs. Cat. Like that wasn't when we were in our cartoon primes, was it? Kid vs. Cat, 2011. That's when it. Oh wait, ended 2011. What the hell? They showed this show way after it ended then, because that show was on TV like 2 years ago. I never liked this show though, so it's going in D. Kim Possible. This was the one Disney Channel show I didn't watch when I was a Disney Channel man. But, well, obviously I've watched it a lot now. Well, not now, but like I've watched this show a lot. I'm putting it in A. It's a good show. It was that one show that like kids at school would be embarrassed, like, yeah, Kim Possible's a girl show, but you know, I like it, but they would admit it. Like, they wouldn't admit to watching Hannah Montana, even though they did. They would admit to watching this, that's how good it was. So it's going in A. Kids Next Door. See, I still haven't watched that much. I watched like the important episodes, the bigger episodes of the show. I watched the finale where Uno goes off and like goes to space or some shit, I don't know. Or joins like the other force. But yeah, it was good. Kids Next Door is a good show. Codename Kids Next Door, my bad. I know Noah loves this show. He sent me his own list today, and this was ranked above regular show, which I don't agree with. But I can't put Kids Next Door in A. I didn't watch it nearly enough to put Kids Next Door with Kim Possible, Danny Phantom, Courage, Foster's, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Ben 10, and Milo Murray. There's no way. I didn't watch it enough. Oh, Crypto the Super Dog. See, I'd never watched that at all. I've heard of it, but I never watched it. It's Superman's dog doing super dog shit. I don't know. I never watched it. Legend of Korra. For the one of you that doesn't know what this is, it's the sequel series to Avatar. I haven't watched it. I was actually planning on watching it. From what I've heard, it doesn't live up to Last Airbender at all, but that's extremely hard to do. From a lot of the stuff I've seen, it's like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I've never watched it though, so I'm gonna put it at the bottom for now. If I do watch it soon, I'll amend that in a future video or something. There's a lot left, but I think I can blast through this tonight. It's 9:50. Spider-Man. Where did I put Spider-Man? I put Ultimate Spider-Man in B. I'm gonna put this one. Spider-Man, like this wasn't as good as Ultimate Spider-Man, so I'm gonna put this in like mid B. Yeah, no, okay, I was thinking of something else. Tom and Jerry, again, for some reason, you're going still in S, like I sent you before. It's the same picture, look at this. Look at this, it's 2 Tom and Jerry's, it's damn near the same picture. If it's talking about the old one and the new one, they're not that much different. The animation's just different. The actual content is not much different, so Tom and Jerry's S, either way, come on. Megas XLR. Dude, what is this? Okay, full unsecretive, disclosure, Jesus Christ. Full disclosure, Eli, Bobby, and I made this list in our settle class that I talked about in my ranking video, and we like took turns ranking one, and we would argue with each other. I really don't think some of this shit was, I think this list has been updated since then, which is good, because I see Superhero Squad in there now. That was not on there. I remember we were mad because that wasn't on there last time. But some of these other shows like Megas XLR, I don't know what that is. You're going at the bottom. What is this? What is that letter? Is that an L? L-O yoke? L-O yoke? Low yoke. Low yoke is going at the bottom, because I don't know what it is. Mighty Magisword's absolute, like, actual F. I've watched it, it's terrible. Mighty Magisword is at the bottom. Mickey Mouse. If this is talking about just the newer Mickey Mouse cartoons, it's probably a B. But if this is going off like the old ones, I'm gonna rank it as the old ones. This is going off like the old, like the classic Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Pluto, Goofy cartoons. I'm putting it high S. It might be SS with my personal bias though. Because SS for me, like the SS right now is South Park, Avatar, Adventure Time, Gravity Falls. Probably my 4 favorite cartoons of all time. So the Mickey Mouse cartoons I like a lot, but story-wise, they're not as good as those 4. They're the basis for what cartoons are. Those were like the first cartoons. That and Tom and Jerry, those are the basis for every cartoon we have today. So I think it's fair to put them at the top of S, but not SS. So that's why I'm going to put Mickey Mouse for now. Over the Garden Wall, I remember seeing a bunch of commercials for it when it came out, and then not watching it until a couple years later. It's good. It's going in low A. Over the Garden Wall, it was really good. Surprisingly, actually. Phineas and Ferb, SS, no doubt. Funny, good story, entertaining, managed to be different with literally the same episode structure. For 99% of their episodes had the exact same structure, and it managed to be unique and different and entertaining every week. Top tier, SS, top 5 right now. Planet Sheen, God, what a D. It didn't need to exist. No one wanted Sheen to have his own series. Sheen had like 5 different lines the entire series of Jimmy Neutron. Come on. And especially didn't need to be on an alien planet with dinosaurs and just out of this world weird shit. That's when I realized, like, okay, that was because when did Planet Sheen come out? I remember like seeing a bunch of the promos and like hype tapes for Planet Sheen. Ended 2013, premiered 2010. I was 8 years old when Planet Sheen started and 11 years old when it ended. And during that time, I remember thinking like, wow, they make this shit for children. I was 9 years old thinking, wow, this is really kind of like immature. And I'm not a mature person. I wasn't mature back then. I'm sure so I'm not mature now. So you can imagine, I probably had the mind of like a 6-year-old at the time. And I was thinking, wow, this shit's kind of stupid. I don't know. Star Wars Rebels, the Clone Wars better be on here. The Clone Wars was on here last time. I'm sure the Clone Wars is on. Star Wars Rebels I'm going to put in. See, I didn't watch it. The parts that I did watch, yeah. They were good. I'm going to put Star Wars Rebels in B. I think if I watched the whole thing, it'd probably be an A, but I didn't, so I'm going to put it in B. Oh, this is probably a regular show. Look at this. I'm going to assume this is regular show with that big-ass AR right there. If it is regular show, as I'm going to say it is S. Regular show is kind of similar to Flapjack in the fact that it's weird as hell. Nothing makes any sense at all. I think it's better than Flapjack, though. It's entertaining, it's funny. Like, it had no business being as good as it was. It had no business being as engaging. Like, this was the epitome of, like, I don't want a show to give me a message. I just want to watch something funny and stupid. That's what this was. They didn't explain anything about the universe at all. There was a bird, a raccoon, a gumball machine, a yeti, a lollipop, and an ogre, and a ghost. Nothing made any sense, and they didn't care. It was good. It was entertaining. It's going an S, man. Regular show was like an enigma. It was great, but you can't explain why it was great. Like, when you describe it to someone, you really think to yourself, like, wow, that show had no business being as good as it is. I'm sorry, it's going an S, but I can't describe it. Ren and Stimpy, dude, fucking fever dream of a show. It's going in C, bro. Like, it might be a better show than I'm giving it credit for, but every memory I have watching this show is looking at the TV being like, what is this shit? What is going on? I don't know at all. So, just fever dream mess, C tier. Clone Wars is on here. Rick and Morty, okay. Rick and Morty, I'm going to put in S. Rick and Morty's absolutely up there with Teen Titans, regular show, Jimmy Neutron, Flapjack, Chowder. Yeah, Rick and Morty's better than Family Guy. Rick and Morty is probably the second best adult cartoon outside of South Park. I think it's better than Family Guy. Oh, The Simpsons. Simpsons are on here, but they're definitely. We'll get to them later. Rick and Morty's S tier. It's hilarious. It has no chill at all. It has like actual good messages. It's smart. Like Rick is one of the best cartoon characters on this entire list. And it's just so damn entertaining and funny. It's got to be S. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If I'm being 100% honest, I barely watch this show. C. Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack. Put Samurai Jack low A. Samurai Jack. I loved samurais when I was little, so I think I have a little bit of a personal bias towards this show. But it was good. It was weird. He fought demons and shit, but it was good. 2 Scooby-Doos in a row. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated and Where Are You? I'm gonna say Scooby-Doo Where Are You is like the original. I'm gonna put that in A tier. Scooby-Doo is a fucking classic, man. I don't think it's as good as Flapjack, Jimmy Neutron, or S tier, but it's A tier for sure. Like, it's a classic. Not really much to say. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. If this is the one I'm thinking of, it's C tier. Not very good. SpongeBob SquarePants has to be at least S, because it like, whenever you think of cartoons, that's what you think of, SpongeBob. Like, SpongeBob, Mickey Mouse, and Santa are like the 3 most recognizable people on the planet. It has to be at least S. I can't put it in SS, even though I loved that show when I was little. I absolutely loved it, but dude, this is like high S, maybe low SS. Like, is it up there with Avatar, South Park, Gravity Falls, Adventure Time, Phineas and Ferb? It might be. I'm putting it at the top of S right now. It might be SS by the time this video is done. We'll see. Dude, that's such a legendary show, though. Like, we'll get to it later. Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It was good for a second, and then it got bad. C tier. Clone Wars. C. Clone Wars is SS for me. I love Star Wars, so I'm gonna be biased. But Clone Wars tells, like, great stories, has good messages. Like, it had great action. Maybe the best action of any show on this list, if I'm being honest. Up there, obviously, with Avatar. But I love the characters. This was my favorite era in Star Wars, so I got to see more of that era. Was great. Even people that don't like or don't watch Star Wars, the movies, admitted that this show was good. So I gotta put it in SS. It's a personal favorite. Steven Universe, dude. It's going D, man. I'm sorry. I liked the first episode, or the first 2, maybe. But this show just got way fucking out there. And it was kind of later, like, in our cartoon careers. I keep saying our cartoon careers, like referencing them like a sports career. You know what I mean, though. I really hope you do. If you don't, rewatch the video, give me another view, and see if you can figure it out. But this show came out relatively late in our lives compared to the rest of this stuff. And we were at that age, I think, where it was just outlandish enough to kind of set us off and be like, whoa, that's it's a little much for me. I'm watching big boy stuff now, like the Clone Wars and The Simpsons, so fuck off. But it was just outlandish enough to kind of keep us away. But at the same time, it was like dealing with way more mature themes than 10-year-olds can handle. I don't really know who this show was targeting. Preteens, I would assume, like 13, or 13's a teen, but like 12, 13, 14, that range. I would assume they're targeting that. Great people worked on this show, like people who worked on Gravity Falls and Adventure Time worked on this show. But I don't get the hype, man. I don't. I know a lot of people think like the story's so deep, it's about finding yourself, and there are so many better cartoons on here that have that same message. Avatar has the exact same themes, and it does it so much better. Obviously, I have recency bias. I just finished Avatar for the second time in the last couple weeks, but like, you can't, just because it has a good intention doesn't mean it's good. Like, it had great messages and good morals, but you can't, like, I can't, what do you want me to say, man? I didn't like it. Like, and part of it, yes, has to do with the whole, like, stereotype forced representation that didn't have too much to do with the plot. I don't necessarily fully agree with that. Some of the representation of, like, LGBTQ and all that. It did have something to do with the plot in some spots, but some of it did feel forced, yes. And some of like the merging and fucking splitting and all that, it just got way too like. I didn't care enough about the story to get invested into the world like that. Maybe that's a personal problem, but like I just couldn't get invested in it, man. Like I did, the story wasn't like encapsulating enough for me to care about the messages they were trying to send. Not to mention, a lot of shows did it better. The whole finding yourself thing, the whole finding yourself and who you are. Adventure Time did it way better. Avatar did it way better. Gravity Falls even kind of did it, and that was a much better show. The Clone Wars dealt with it. Phineas and Ferb and South Park not really. Rick and Morty definitely did. Like a lot of these shows, Danny Phantom definitely did. A lot of these shows had to do that, and they just did it better, in my opinion. Like when you really come down to it, people always say Steven Universe is so unique and like nothing's ever been like it before. But when you look at it, it's not. Like I know it has the whole like unique world of like the crystal gems and like the super belly shield and everything, but like just because you have powers doesn't make it unique. Like Avatar isn't a unique show because they can control elements. That helps, but it's a unique show because the characters are so developed and like they're so dynamic for a kid show, and like you genuinely care about them, and it's unique because like you see the relationships change all the time and you don't see that in a lot of cartoons. Steven Universe isn't really unique in that way because it came. I think Steven Universe's biggest problem is it came after Avatar, it came after Adventure Time, it came after regular show, it came after Gumball, it came after all these great cartoons trying to kickstart a new era of greatness, and people just didn't care. A lot of people didn't care about Steven Universe enough because it wasn't regular show, it wasn't Avatar, it wasn't Adventure Time. It came after all these shows that did what it was trying to do better. I don't know, like, I don't know why. I don't get the hype. I don't know why people expected it to be that good. D tier. I don't know what that is. Tangled the series D. No, I'm talk about that. Total Drama Island. You know, I'm gonna save most of these for part 3. I'm gonna make 3 videos. I'm gonna do 3 more. 3 more. Total Drama Island. I'm gonna use this as all of the Total Dramas put together, cause I'm like that. So Total Dramas as a whole. Total Dramas was great. I love Total Dramas. I watched it on Netflix when I was young. I watched it when it was live. It's going an A tier. It was entertaining, and it was like genuinely like it gave you a reason to come back every week. Like, is someone gonna get eliminated? Is my favorite person gonna get eliminated? And I remember going to like swim practice and going to school, and people would get genuinely butthurt when their favorite character got kicked off the show. Like it had a huge impact on us. It got us watching stuff. It was an entertaining show. It was funny. Going on A tier. 2 more. Teen Titans Go. You Will Go. F tier. Nothing good about it. It's stupid. Maybe children can enjoy it. I can't, and I consider myself a child. F. Amazing World of Gumball. I gotta put this in A. When it first started off, I thought, wow, this is real stupid. It was real dumb. It was real bad. And then the more I started watching it, I started kind of realizing, like, oh, this is actually, like, okay. And that was also the 3rd show of Cartoon Network's, like, attempt at a big 3, which Adventure Time released, and then the next year, regular show released, and I believe the next year, Gumball released. I could be wrong about that timeline, but it was something like that. And it was their attempt at a big 3, kind of like Nickelodeon did with Spongebob, Fairly Odd Parents, and Danny Phantom, or Jimmy Neutron, whichever you consider. And it worked. Think about it. People weren't into Adventure Time the first year. People weren't into regular show the first year. People thought it was stupid. But like Gumball, and then like Gumball actually started telling like legitimate stories. Gumball started like dealing with actual problems. Gumball got a lot funnier. The animation in the show is amazing. Like it's pretty much like a real backdrop with so many different kinds of animation all thrown throughout. It's kind of like regular show in the sense that nothing in the world makes sense at all, and they don't care to explain it, and that's kind of the charm of it. You don't need to worry about why all this stuff is like that. It just is. Deal with it, watch the show. And it was entertaining, it was funny towards the end, like, it was genuinely a good show. A tier, man. It was part of Cartoon, that's what I consider Cartoon Network's big 3. Adventure Time, regular show, Gumball, they carried that era forward. I don't know what they have going on now, honestly, but they don't have these three, and that's why Cartoon Network doesn't probably get the ratings it did when they had these three. That was their big three. That was their driving. That was their triangle offense. Adventure Time, regular show, Gumball. They were paving the way, destroying children's channels because they had all three of these. So yeah, that's it for tonight. Probably gonna make part 3 relatively soon. Hopefully tomorrow night. Not sure though. But yeah, I'm gonna edit this, put this up, and see you guys later.